All right. Hello, hello, and good evening, everyone. Hello, how are you guys doing? Well, this is going to be another mother's journey. And so I wanted to say good evening to all of you. If you come back and you watch this live on the morning hour or afternoon, I want to say thank you for being here. So, replay viewers, replay listeners, thank you so much for being here. And I do appreciate the comments that you leave. So, know that your girl T.Drake is reading the comments, and I definitely encourage you to leave a comment if you will. Please make sure your comment is very respectful. That would be wonderful for me. Thank you so much. So, what I'm going to be talking about today is, of course, what I normally talk about emotion, right? So, I'll be talking about the emotion and just how I'm still dealing with this journey for me. It is new, and just because it's been for me, it's been some weeks now, doesn't mean it's going to get any easier. I still think about my son. I still, have moments where I miss him and, it's very saddening for me. And then other times when I reflect back, I'm like, he gave me some severe challenges, right? So it's a kind of a mixed bag of feelings. So I'm sitting here just processing. If you have children, you think about what you want for their lives, but you can't want it more than they do. And sometimes your guidance that you give, the advice that you give, it's blown off as "Psh, whatever, mom, psh, whatever, dad, right? And then you're just watching them go down this road and you're trying to like block them and like, don't go that way. Go this way. Don't go that way. And they're just like shoving you out the way, like, yeah, so I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to go my own way. And they do. And then when they make the wrong decision, you're like, I did tell you, right, not to do that. I did tell you not to go that way. Hello, how are you? So it can be really sad and challenging. And some people that have not experienced sending their child away for a long period of time may not know and also may not care, right? It's like, not my kid, not my problem. But for me, this is, I'm glad you're doing good. For me, this is kind of how one of the ways I process. Earlier today, I was on the TikTok side and I was doing some painting and I did Be Kind. And then I had done a unicorn, which I'll share with you guys as well. I think it's probably dry now. So I had done that as well, right? Some paint, some markers. So for me, I use a lot of different ways and I do, also journaling and all those things as well. But it's something that I had to figure out what to do to really hone in these emotions, especially if you're a person where your child has done things. You're like, I don't know how many times I've explained to you the consequences of that particular behavior. And now you found yourself in a very deep and hard situation. And now you want me to bail you out. Dad can't bail you out. Mama's not coming to bail you out. You're going to have to sit in that funk. You're going to have to sit in that stank. You're going to have to sit in the choices that you made. Because as much as I wanted to prevent my son from even going where I had sent him, it's like he forced my hand, like, I don't care, send me anyway. And his attitude before he left, because he's a 16-year-old boy, was just so very apathetic and just obstinate. And he had no regard, right? When I waved, he's like, I was like, okay. And just knowing when I went into his room that I've shared this before, of him having that HTSF project that he wrote, how to start fresh, which is by avoiding me. I'm like, isn't that nothing? You avoid the person who birthed you into this world, the person that's been there for you, the person that kept trying to go to bat for you, but you kept lying and you kept being deceitful and you kept doing things. And then you want to start fresh by defying me, and you want to start fresh by not being honest. You want to start fresh by doing all the things you ought not to do. Having girlfriends, sneaking around, getting in fights, just doing things. And then mama's the bad guy. No, not at all. Uh, I will have to share that later. So one thing that I find is that sometimes I can be hard on myself often, especially with this particular situation that once again is new to me. So I'm gonna change my layout for you guys so you guys can see the backstory. I pray for my son often. With tears, I pray. And I pray for him often. Some people don't know and some people don't care, and I don't really care about them in that regard. But when it comes to me and my family, the word says to train up a child the way that they should go, so when they get old, they will not depart from it. And I know I've been doing my best to train him up that way, but when he just wants to have his own way, when he just wants to do what he wants to do, there's no way that I can stop his mind from wanting to just do whatever he wants to do. I will do whatever makes me feel good. I will do whatever I want to do. I will lie to you and I don't care. I will say whatever I want to say. I will back talk you. I don't care. I will do whatever the heck I want to do. And in my mind, I'm like, well, if that's going to be the case, you can't be here, right? You can't be living here with me. Like, that's not going to work. How does that work? You do whatever you want, say whatever you want, go wherever you want, eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want. And then you want me to just be like, okay, no, no, that is not how it shall go. That's not how ever it shall ever go. And I would never allow that to be the case. See, I put on here TV Night Talk as well because a little bit of this, I wanted to also share that when I was in that TV situation, it took a lot out of me. It took a lot out of me to figure out that I was a valuable person. And for a long time, people would use me for anything, family, whomever. And so as I was coming out of this situation and starting to get my bearings again, and I started to go and do things for myself, there were other people that came and as a residual of me still healing, found themselves easily and really without any challenge being able to use me so easy. And see, for me, I can't allow that again anymore with anybody. I'll never allow that to happen again. I don't care who you are, especially when it's people that say, well, I'm a believer. I love the Lord and I love the people in the body of Christ. I do. But sometimes because they know you're of the body of Christ, everything that you should do should be free to them. And I don't agree with that. And even when it's even more so that you're going through a particular vulnerable situation in your life and they could capitalize on that. Well, she just needs whatever. So I'll just give her whatever. Absolutely not. So I am going to be drinking some drink tonight, and it is non-alcoholic beverage. This is not my sponsor, although they should be. I probably should have taken a picture of this, but I will change my setting again so I can show you guys up close because it's going to be a little bit challenging to see in the way I have it right now. Okay. So this is called Wild Blossom Prickly Pear Lemonade, and this is the bottle. And for some of you, they're like, well, what's the glass look like? This is what the glass looks like. So I'll put it up here. So there's a little sparkle, a little gold around the edge, and the bottom. So I got this glass from a business that's no longer. It went out of business. So I had purchased this one glass for myself. That's so good, and it's so cold. Mm, it's really good. I'm gonna have to have no sip. That's super good. So anyway, I I really was beside myself when I find that people do that. Like you're already trying to navigate things with your family, and here come these people. It's almost like vultures. Like they can smell your vulnerability. They can smell that you want something, but they want to try to swoop in. Like it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go back and change the layout for you guys. All right. Well, I just had to make sure that I shared that because I was like, you wouldn't be able to see it in that little bubble down there. And I encourage you, if Wild Blossom is in your area, in your store, definitely try it out. It's really good. I have a prickly pear lemonade. I have one more apple ginger mojito left. And then I think it's called the vanilla cinnamon Shirley Temple. Oh, yeah. And that one is also, they're all good. They're all good. Hmm. So I just wanted to sit and think through these things. You know, there are people that they just don't understand. And will they try? Perhaps, but it's always not really likely, right? That they will. So I don't know. I also have some pineapple. And because it's late, definitely gonna eat some. Only because I didn't want to put anything hard on my stomach. And anything hard besides some kind of fruit, not good for me. Mm-mm. Not at all. So I am happy about that. So for you moms, a mother's journey, my journey might be your journey. It might be. You might have a wayward child. Maybe your child is older. Maybe they're an adult. Maybe they just don't want to listen. Are you going to stop praying for them? No. Are you going to stop caring about their well being? No. But you do realize there's a point where I've taught you as much as I can teach you. And when you become an adult, I'll still be there if you need a little guidance. But you're going to have to make the decisions and the choices. And whatever choice that you make, the consequences that come behind that, whether they are good or bad, that is definitely the choices that you have decided to do, take, and walk that line. So I wanted to get on here and share because Sometimes I was thinking, did I do all that I could do? Were the holes and things and I missed it? What did I miss? But like one of the representatives told me from the program, she said, your son decided to make those choices that landed him where he is. He made those choices. That didn't have anything to do with you. You did what you needed to do. And on top of that, she said to me, you didn't give up. Pardon me. She's like, you didn't give up on him and just like throw in the towel. And I didn't. I had some more fight in me left. And I said, I don't want to see him walking down that road, that long, long road into an abyss of just wrong decisions and with no help. And it just would get worse from there. So I'm not going to be on here long. And I don't want to start thinking about it too long because if I do, you know, then I start to tear up because I believe I tried my hardest. I tried everything I possibly could try. Now, maybe the breakup and the divorce and the domestic violence, perhaps those played a part. Perhaps, right? I'm not going to discredit that. But at the same time, I know I left when they were young enough. I was like, I was hoping that I was young enough to change his demeanor. And I was like, please don't let him grow up to be like his father, my ex-husband, because his father's very apathetic and very cruel and very mean. And I said, I don't want him to grow up to be that way. And it's scary because I know in my mind for him, if I didn't send him, there were two options that he had. Two options: prison or the grave. That's not good options for him. There were no other outcomes for him the way he was going about doing things. I was like, this for my son, it wasn't going to turn out well. And I said, this is it. And the lady said, you knew you had to do something because the clock is ticking. For my son, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking for him. He's going to be 18 shortly. And I'm just saying within a couple of years, because he's 16. By the time he turns 18, it doesn't matter what I say, what I do. He's an adult at 18. I had to do something. And sometimes we keep our kids longer and it harms them. Sometimes I know, mama, it's going to hurt. I know you don't want to send them out on their own. You don't want to send them packing, but sometimes keeping them is a detriment. You think you're helping them and you end up hindering them. You end up enabling them unbeknownst to you. Like, I'm not enabling them. You are. Sometimes you don't realize it, but you are. So I had to do the hard decision. And there may be a mother out there and you're contemplating doing a hard decision as well. Make that hard decision because you know what? It will teach your son, your daughter to appreciate what they've been given. And if not, if anything else than that, then they should have a high regard for their parents. Not trying to say they should raise them up above God, like, no, not like that. But should have a high regard for who brought them into this world and be willing to listen and follow the instructions given. If not, then guess what? They have to get to packing That's all. You're not gonna listen to me. I can't be here. Like, that's just bottom line. You cannot be here. And that's what I found for my son. If you can't be here, somebody's going to take you in, and thank goodness someone did. So very, very thankful for the Lord sending me people that will help me and care about me, and praying that the Lord will remove me from any situation I don't need to be a part of, and remove the people who are not for me, and remove anybody who's trying to use me, because I'm not going through that again. I refuse. So I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys will have an amazing and blessed rest of your night, afternoon, or day. And don't forget to leave a comment if you can. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. So big kiss from me to you. Remember, I love you with the love of Lord Jesus Christ. Remember to be blessed, motivated, and what always inspired to do what the Lord lays on your heart. You guys have a good night. And I will be talking to you guys again really soon. God bless. Cheers.
It's God's gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word. Come get God's gift through His word. With T.Drake, we'll get God's gift through His word. Come listen, get your spirit lifted through His word. And get your blessing of God's gift through His word. Come be uplifted. Come be motivated. Come be inspired and encouraged by His word. It's God.